Viewfinder. Focus unlocked. Image.
Hey everybody, so this is going to be the fifth video in my series. I kind of lost track. I think it's the fifth. So today is currently October the 2nd. It's Monday. And this is a part of my series that I started. I'm going to be posting videos on Thursdays, these series. So then Tuesdays will just be like regular videos. I'm going to try to get back into my schedule, but I kind of just ran out of ideas for videos, so that's why it stopped. That's why my videos haven't been very consistent, so yeah. Anyway, today I'm going to be talking about how I cook, bake, things like that. So basically, okay, if you guys didn't see, I did a whole video. It's like 25 minutes long. I did it like 3 months ago, or more like 6 months ago. But I did a video about like all the stuff I use in the kitchen. I have all the different things that I use, and I showed you guys everything that I have. So as far as how I cook, so where to start? So I guess I'll talk about like how I was always, like, as a kid, I was always afraid to cook. As a teenager, I was always afraid. And I went to a training center, and I went a few years ago in 2014. And after I got home from that training center, I was, like, more confident. I was cooking meals by myself. I was baking by myself. I did a lot of cooking. I had a break from the center. It was a 7-week break in the summer because they had other programs. And I come home and I was, like, making stuff. I was cooking stuff. So I'm a lot more confident than I was like 3-4 years ago. Okay, so as far as how I cook, first I guess I'll talk about like how I use the stove, how I use the oven, things like that. So as far as using the stove, I just, as far as boiling, for boiling water, like if I'm making something like pasta or something, I have what's called a pot watcher. So the pot watcher is just a little round thing. It's glass, and you put it in the pot, and when the water starts to boil, it will rattle. So when the thing rattles, you put your stuff.
VORAIL. Now, Shaggy Way answered your question about music.
You put your stuff in the pot. So then what I usually do to set a timer is I just use Siri. I just tell Siri to set a timer. I know like they have all the kitchen timers and stuff, but I prefer to use my phone. So yeah, but as far as, like, knowing the temperature to turn the heat to, we have a gas stove. So I just, I know, like, the more I turn it, the more to the left I turn it, the lower it is. So that's how I can tell the temperature. So I basically just, like, stay away from the flame. Obviously. And as far as using the oven, I know, like, where the buttons are. Like, I know... Like, our oven has, like, arrows that brings the temperature up and down if you need the temperature, like, above or below 350. So, I usually try to cook at 350. It's just easier. So, I wait for the oven to heat up. I use oven gloves to put my stuff in the oven. And my appliances, like the oven, the microwave, are labeled. So, we have bump dots on them. And we have the clear ones. So, they're clear so somebody who's sighted could just see through them. Let's see. So, as far as baking, I get recipes online, on YouTube. If it's something that, like, something is given to me, or I have somebody read it to me. Like, if it's something on a box, like if it's a cake or something, and I need to know the directions, I put, like, I have, like, I'll just have somebody read me the directions on the box, and then, I'll just do it that way. So let's see, it's
VORAIL. Now, Michelle answered your question about what did everyone have for dinner.
And then let's see. So as far as baking, I just do that. And as far as measuring, like if I need to measure all the ingredients out, I have stackable measuring cups and spoons. So I just do it that way. It just makes things a lot easier. Yeah. And as far as doubling recipes, I could just double, triple recipes like anybody else can. Or, of course, you could ask Siri. So as far as microwaving things, I just put things in the microwave like the way anybody else would put it in the microwave. My microwave is labeled, so I just hit the buttons like for however many minutes, and then I hit start, take it out. As far as like knowing when something is done, that's probably what you guys are gonna have a question on. I just do a lot of timing. I just like, if I know like recipe says, oh, bake for like 10 to 12 minutes, I'll start checking on something at like 10 minutes. Like if I'm making cookies or something, I will very gently touch them to see if they're soft. If I know the middle, like if it's breaking in the center, I know that they're not done. But then that's like kind of too late to tell. But if it's like real, I just very gently touch them. And then if they're not done, I just put them back. So another thing, let's see. But I also go by time. So a lot of times I just gently touch something. Like I'll put the oven glove on just one hand, so that way I could use the other hand to check to see if my food is done. But if I'm heating, like say I'm heating something on the stove or whatever, I can just like gently put my hand in there and see if it's hot enough. Like even like the spoon I used to stir it, if that seems like it's hot, then I'll know it's done. So I have like different ways of knowing like when things are done, when things aren't. So yeah. But anyway, it's basically like in a nutshell like how I cook. And if you guys have any further questions, definitely leave them down below. I will answer them. So yeah.